Hi, my name is Molly, and welcome to the drawing portion of our fine arts curriculum. Today we are going to be learning about drawing pencils, answering questions like, why are there so many in a package? What do the different labels on each one mean? And which one is the lightest and which one is the darkest? Let's go! For this project, you will need a package of 12 differently labeled drawing pencils, a foot-long or 12-inch ruler, a plain piece of drawing paper, either 9 by 12 inches or 11 by 15 inches, and a good eraser. Let's begin.
Now that you've gathered the materials, let's get started. You want to find a piece of paper that is at least a foot long. This is 11 by 15 inches. A 9 by 12 would work, but an 8.5 by 11 inch paper would not work because it is not 12 inches long. So I have a ruler, and I want you to grab your ruler, and I'm taking my HB pencil, which is essentially the same as a number 2 pencil that we use in school, and I am outlining my ruler. I'm just holding it down and tracing it. And now I'm going to put a mark at every inch. And what I have is a pencil set with 12 different pencils in it. And so I'm going to show you the difference in all the labels that are on these pencils and which ones are lighter and which ones are darker and what all those little letters mean. So I right now am creating a 1-inch line at every single mark on my ruler. Okay, so now I have 12 boxes, and you should too. And put my HB pencil back, and I'm going to start out with my lightest pencil, which is a 4H pencil. Now H means hardness, and so H with a 4 in front of it means it's 4 times as hard, which means it leaves less graphite. 4 times less graphite on your paper. And you can see that's a pretty light gray. I'm pressing down pretty hard. I'm not holding back here. So this would be great for where you want a little bit of a shadow, just a touch of a shadow, maybe on somebody's cheek or on a face, but you don't want something dominating. And so you might grab, or you want to draw some light lines. In that case, you might grab your 4H pencil or something in the background. Maybe you have clouds, something you want to look like it's receding in a drawing. So that is 4H. Next, we have 2H. So it's going to leave 2 times less graphite on your paper than an HB pencil. So again, pretty light. I'm doing some cross hatching. Trying not to get outside the box, so I'm not going all the way to the edge. Just quickly pressing down pretty firm and coloring in that box. Okay. All right, and that is 2H. Okay, the next up is an H pencil. So H again stands for hardness. So we're still dealing with a pretty light mark. Not as light as our 4H, starting to leave some graphite on our paper, some markings that are going to show up. So just a medium to light color. Okay, the next one we have is an F. Now F is very interesting because F stands for fine point. So it is made of different material than the HB, but it's made of different material that allows it to stay at a fine point longer than the HB. So if you really have something, a fine line that you need to draw, this might be your pencil to use. Something, not a thick line, but that stays at a fine line. Okay, the next one we have up is our HB. This is the same pencil type that is used for school pencils. you've heard them be called number 2 pencils. Okay, so this is the same gray, and it stands for hard black, H for hard, and B for black. So it's really in the middle of our whole gradient scale here. Not exactly in the middle, but it's a medium gray. So we'll put hard black. And now we're going to go into the B pencils. B is our next step, and B stands for blackness, which means it leaves more marking on your paper. So as you can see, we're adding more value as we go up the gradient scale. Okay, so here's our B pencil. B for black, or more markings left on your paper. And so now I have a 2B, which leaves 2 times as much marking as your B pencil. So you'll notice a shift in value. Okay. There we go. Okay, and now we have a 3B pencil, leaving 3 times as much black or marking on your gradient scale, which is awesome. And those thicker lines, this is going to leave a thicker line as well. So if there's something that you need to show a darker shadow with, or more value, that's the pencil you're going to use. And now we're going up the scale with a 4B pencil. Look at that thick line. It's just leaving a lot of marking on this paper as I press down here. Go back over it like I have done the other ones. Really firm, I'm not holding back. Okay. Now we have a 5B pencil. So that is 5 times the blackness or markings left on your paper. They're almost looking more like a charcoal gray at this point rather than a light gray. So next we have the 6B pencil. Those thick dark lines leaving more markings on your paper. Okay. All right, and for our last one, we have the charcoal. So I'll just write C for charcoal, and this is a charcoal pencil. Many times you will see a charcoal stick, but this is very soft markings, leaving a lot of blackness or markings on your paper. So there, I even have to blow them away because it's so soft, it's leaving so much rich, dark color on there. So there you have it. This is Drawing Pencils Explained. I hope you learned a lot. And now you know what pencil is going to give you the lightest mark, which is going to give you the darkest mark, which one will be a mid-grade, and which one will hold the finest point for the longest period of time. So hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you so much for joining us.